Welcome, I'm Kenneth Tengujutsu, the Mystic Ninja. So this video is about my mystical experience that led to me leaving the army instantly. And I'm going to give some additional information afterwards as well, okay? I'm going to get straight into it. If you've been following my previous slides, again, I had a mystical experience in 2011, which was the start of my awakening, okay, to truth. Up to this moment, I started having little mystical experiences, okay, especially with manifestation. And if you followed my previous slide, you'll know that you will know there was intervention from spirit with me trying to use meditation and prayer and the law of imagination to bring about manifestation, but there was an intervention by spirit which was leading to me awakening and communicating with the Most High. All right. So before the actual night, before I left, I started saying in my mind, is God real? Is God real? Okay. Because I knew nothing, I had no spiritual knowledge, knew nothing about God. And I started having these mystical experiences with trying to manifest. When I was thinking of these things, I started, every time I was thinking about it, I start receiving the number 1111 or 1010, okay? Or feathers, white feathers. And amazing thing is, when I question, is God real? I'll give you a few examples. As I'm walking through the establishment or through the workplace, someone would leave, there'd be a message, a random message that kind of doesn't really associate with anything military, and it would have, I am here. Or like on the whiteboard, there'd be a message, I am here. All right. I put on the radio, or I listen to an end of a song, and it would have the words like, yes, I'm real. Okay. It was every time I was saying, are you there, God? Are you real? The next moment I'd get this sign or hear these words, yeah, I'm here in my environment. Right. Incredible. And this one night I said, God, if you're really real, show me that you're real. Okay. Right now. Do it now. Even after all these signs, right? And this lady from the MGS, who was Civi's guard, she came out and she said, Andre, look, science have found the God particle. God is real. And I was like, really? Just when I asked, God, are you talking to me? Are you real? Now, funny enough, years later, learning a lot of scripture, there's this passage where God chooses a warrior to do some work for him. And the warrior is questioning God. Are you talking to me? Are you real? If you're real, then I lay down this animal skin. Okay. I'll sleep, and in the morning make everything wet and that animal skin dry. Okay. And of course he wakes up and God does what he asks, and he keeps questioning God. And I found that really funny because that was the story of me. Okay, the night before my mystical experience, I kept questioning, and God was shouting at me, okay, and kept giving me all these signs. Anyway, I go on to work this one particular night, and I was in a very strange mood. You know, here's God shouting at me, telling me he's real and he's communicating with me. But like I said, I did not know God. I had no spiritual knowledge before my awakening. I didn't know nothing because I wasn't educated. I was like a sponge waiting to be woken up. Okay. God groomed me my whole life, ready for this moment. I went to work and I was down because as soon as I went to work, there was nothing but propagating fear, telling us we're going to lose our jobs if we don't do this and that. And there was gossip and backstabbing and lying. And I started getting really irritated by this. And there was this gentleman who was a conspiracist, right? I'm not into conspiracy. The Bible tells you don't get caught down in rabbit holes of the conspiracies, okay? Yes, you will at first go down many rabbit holes to learn of the nature of this world, but you must get out of it and leave it alone, okay? Don't get stuck down the rabbit holes. Anyway, but he was this gentleman I had to stag on with, who was a civic guard on this night. He was a conspiracy theorist, but he was really depressing with it, okay? And I couldn't deal with that at the time. And I said to him, I'm going to go and just patrol around the fence line. And I don't think he was happy. I think he might have thought I was being rude. So usually we sit and talk with him as we're being alert. Okay, on sentry, help pass the hour and a half. But I couldn't be around him. I don't think I could be around anyone at that time. Now, this was about 2 o'clock in the morning. And it was all quiet. It was dark. And I go along this fence line in the corner of this car park on the main campsite. And I just started thinking about what Father had been showing me previously, with the manifestation. Now, when I was learning about the law of imagination, the power of mind and manifestation, there was this weird experience I had where I don't know how we come across it, but we was looking at houses. There was this one particular big house I come across, and I don't know why, but I knew that that was my house, right? It's not for this world, but this particular house was like my dream house. It's like I was remembering, all right? It's like this world is a shadow world, and through your journey, you get these little snippets of what is at home, where the real world is. That's all I'm going to say, all right? Anyway, I was thinking about how I manifested everything in my life up to that point, and that now I could apply my mind and see my family in a wonderful new home. I was literally started creating a whole new future right there in that moment. And I didn't have to be imprisoned in the army or by the things of this world. And to see my family happy, my heart was starting to become as flesh, open up. My sensitivity went through the roof. My awareness started expanding. I could hear it was like I could hear the heart of the horse in the field across the road. Everything become like high definition. Everything felt alive. There's electric running through everything. And I started staring at the brick wall, and this weird sensation fell over me, like this expansion of myself outside of myself. It's hard to describe this mystical experience. But I went back to thinking about my family, and my heart just exploded with this love. I started crying. My heart literally cracked open like it was in stone. And this energy just come up right through me, over me. I just exploded. And in my mind's eye, this entity, this being of light, was coming towards me, and I knew him. And it was like my first love. And it was spirit that I can't explain. This light that I knew and was so powerful and loving. And I was like this mess as this light source come, and it hugged me. It hugged me, and as it hugged me, it merged with me. We become as one as this started to fade out. And then I knew that that was spirit, that was God. With that, when I come to from that experience, and it was powerful, there isn't words to explain that whole experience. There really isn't. I'm doing the best I can. I said to spirit that was now in me, like I knew instantly, right? The Holy Spirit was there, the Word, okay, the living Father. I said, I'm going to put this rifle in the rack for the last time when I go in. Now I know that you're real. I'm going to jump with faith. Okay, now, before I go on, I will say the love that cracked open from my heart, that flowed out like a tsunami, like a river, okay? Excuse me. It was that powerful. Any more of that love, I would have died. My chest was physically sore for 3 days after that. This light, any more, I just know, any slight more power, my whole body would have literally disintegrated from this light. Absolutely incredible. So I said to Father, right, I'm going to jump with faith. Now, what's funny about this, I was in the air traffic control in a meeting. And if you listen to my previous slide, all my friends started leaving the site that I was at. It was like spirit was saying, you're going to leave, or you should leave. And of course you can't when you're in a job with security, a pension, the military own your house, you got your car, you got your family to think about, it's good pay. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And here is everyone leaving, and I'm the only one left. And there's these new guys that joined us, and they're with me in this meeting in air traffic control, talking about security. And they were laughing because there was this one member who was leaving, and they were laughing at him, saying, good luck in Civvy Street. You won't get as much as what you got now. They were hiding behind the security of the military, and they were totally prejudiced and judgmental with people leaving. Okay, and they seem so secure and happy behind their ranks and the military. And that kind of was weird that they were like shouting that out when I'm there thinking about leaving, but couldn't, because you hear this and you've got all these responsibilities. But here I am on the gate, just had this mystical experience, and I say to Father, right, I'm going to jump with faith. I come off the gate, I went into the guard room, I put my rifle in the rack for the last time. I went home that morning and said to my wife, we're leaving. Okay. It was the hardest thing I had to do. Okay. It was emotional. I did lose everything, but Father protected me, and blessed me, and we've never been without, and I owe no man anything. Okay, it is worth it. He's going to strip everything away from you to disconnect you from the world, which needs to be done. All right, which leads me to this next thing I want to talk about. As I started now my spiritual journey and I was learning, I kept making mistakes. Okay, no one is perfect in this world. And Father just wanted me to be myself. Now I'm going to actually stop it here and do another video, okay? Because we're getting on to 15 minutes, okay? And there's a lot I want to say. This was the start of my mystical journey from that night of spirit of the Father emerging with me, the light, the word. All right. This was the start of a journey that was going to rip me to pieces, break me. All right. Disconnect me from the matrix, and I'm grateful. So I'm going to elaborate a bit more on that next. Thank you for listening. I'm Kenneth Andre, Tengujutsu. Love you.